Emily stood at the entrance of the library, her breath slightly misting as the autumn chill crept through the air. She had been here countless times, but today, everything seemed different. It was as though the building itself had taken on a new form, subtly rearranging itself in ways only she could perceive. The grand shelves loomed over her, and the once familiar routes through the labyrinth of books felt like undiscovered paths. It all began after she watched the film Visions Beyond, a cryptic cinematic piece that left more questions than answers. As she ventured deeper into the library, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Yet, it wasn't the eyes of the other patrons she felt. Rather, it was a shadow, one that seemed to follow her only when she wasn't looking. The first sign of these oddities was the whispering. It was subtle at first, barely discernible from the rustle of pages and the creaking of floorboards. However, as Emily stood amidst the stacks, she could clearly hear it. A chorus of hushed voices murmuring her name. Her heart raced, her instinct screaming at her to flee, but her curiosity rooted her in place. With each step forward, the voices grew clearer, directing her to the back of the library, towards the restricted section she had never dared to explore. It was here amongst the dust-laden tomes that she found it. A journal, resting on a pedestal as if waiting for her arrival. Its cover was worn, the edges singed, yet it exuded an aura of mystery that called to her. Emily opened the journal hesitantly, expecting nothing more than faded ink and forgotten words. Instead, she witnessed the impossible. As she read, new entries appeared on the pages, scrawled in a hurried hand that mirrored her own. The entries spoke of dreams she'd never had, places she'd never been, yet felt inexplicably familiar. It was as though the journal was transcribing her thoughts, her very soul, onto its delicate pages. These revelations brought with them a surreal clarity. The patterns she noticed around the library were no mere coincidence. They were a language, a code woven into the very fabric of the world surrounding her. The whispers, the shifting shadows, they were all part of a grander scheme, an unseen archive of knowledge waiting to be uncovered. Intrigued and unsettled, Emily found herself drawn deeper into this narrative, driven by an instinctive need to unravel the truth behind her connection to this realm. The journal itself seemed alive, its content shifting and evolving with each turn of the page. It revealed tales of past guardians, individuals like Emily who had once navigated the blurred lines between reality and the unseen. Their stories were of courage and madness, of discoveries that transcended human understanding. Yet, amidst these tales, there was one recurring motif, a forgotten artifact, a key to harnessing the power of the archives. It was said to control the boundaries between realms, a gateway between what is seen and what lies beyond. Determined to learn more, Emily began to search the library with renewed purpose. Each book she pulled from the shelves was another piece of the puzzle. She discovered hidden compartments and secret passages, each unveiling a facet of the library previously unnoticed. Her mind, once clouded with doubt, now raced with clarity and resolve. The shadow that had once haunted her was now an ally, guiding her ever closer to the truth. As days turned into nights within the hushed halls of the library, Emily realized she was no longer simply reading the archives. She was becoming part of them, her life, and the library's history intertwining into a single narrative. But with every revelation came a deeper mystery, a riddle she was yet to solve. The journal hinted at a coming convergence, a time when the barriers between her world and the unseen would blur beyond repair. The cryptic film, Visions Beyond, was not just a catalyst, it was a warning. Emily stood at the threshold of two worlds, her journey far from complete. With the journal clutched tightly in her hands, she knew that the path ahead was fraught with uncertainty and danger. Yet, within her heart, there burned a resolve stronger than fear. She vowed to protect the archives, to decipher their secrets, and to safeguard the delicate balance between reality and the unknown. And so, under the dim glow of the library's ancient lamps, Emily took a deep breath and stepped forward, ready to write the next chapter of her story in the unseen archives. A story of courage, discovery, and the relentless pursuit of truth that she was destined to tell.